4 minutes past the hour. Welcome back to Insight on Business. I'm your humble host, Michael Libby. This is powered by Webcast One Live. Recently, there was a decision in north central Iowa for a company called Calcium Products Incorporated to expand their office complex. They've been taking a look at this for some time, and the company has grown double digits over the last few years. It's primarily an agricultural firm. We're going to find out a little bit more about the backstory with Craig Dick, who happens to be the Vice President of Sales and Marketing for this company. It's an employee-owned firm in north central Iowa. I believe we have Craig on the phone with us. Good morning, Craig.
Good morning, Michael.
How are you today?
Doing great.
Are you enjoying that part of the country that you happen to be in today?
Yeah, we actually are. It's beautiful winter day out.
Excellent. Hey, tell me a little bit, Craig, about the company. Give us a little bit of the backstory.
Well, Calcium Products was founded in 1987, making crushed limestone products for various industries. And in '92, we got into the fertilizer business. In 1994, we had 2 plants built to service rural agriculture farming with high-quality limestone and sulfur fertilizers.
And you've had a recent expansion, I think, in the Fort Dodge area as well.
Yeah, we actually we're on our probably 5th or 6th major expansion, but this expansion will double our capacity and should be done any day now.
Oh, good. That'll be helpful for all of agriculture, and especially in your continued growth mode. So tell me, because you've done all of this growth and you've had success, you have employees scattered around in several different places across the country, actually, and in Iowa. What precipitated the decision for you to expand your offices in tiny Gilmore City, population 504 people?
Well, people that are involved in our company today have been involved in the Gilmore City area since about 1945. So we felt it was important to stay in the area. We've got great employees in the area, and we wanted to stay in the area. There was a building that came up available in the tiny metropolis of Gilmore City. It was the old Catholic schoolhouse that was built in 1965 and gave us more than enough room that we'll need for the next few years. And really for the cost of investing in rural Gilmore City, we couldn't have rented or bought anywhere else for what we have now. So we're really lucky to have a nice brand new space. We've got state-of-the-art communications coming into the building, so we're connected to the whole world.
One of the other interesting things about that, I think, is, and I had a conversation with the mayor of Gilmore City, who's very pleased about the relocation or the decision to remain there, and talking about finding employees. Now, for a town of 504 people, if a company decides to continue their operation or their headquarters in that company, that means something as far as employees, and he was thrilled about that. What are the special challenges that you think you're going to find in finding qualified employees in such a rural setting?
Well, the major thing is just, the nearest large city is probably 40 minutes away. And so it's actually harder to find and recruit people. But once you find them, they're really, really the tops of as far as people, very, very loyal, very hardworking. So, it's a little harder to recruit and find the people. But once you get them, you just can't beat them.
One of I was up at your plant, and I had your new office complex, which is kind of cool because you've got this huge gymnasium, this big area, and then several other smaller offices out there. There's a kitchen there. There's all kinds of things that this abandoned schoolhouse. It's not an old one necessarily, kids. I mean, this was built in the '60s, so it does have modern architecture. It's not something like you would think perhaps a 2-story rural schoolhouse might be. So this is relatively modern. One of the things I think that was really interesting as a backstory is the way that you've decided to heat and cool some of those offices with some high technology things. I'm sure that that's a concern about energy utilization. Tell us a little bit about what you did.
Yeah, so the old school had basically the original boiler system in it, and we could have went with a very high efficiency boiler system and been pretty energy efficient, but we felt like that really limited the what we could do in each individual office. So I'm typically like my office a little cooler, and one of our accountants likes the office a little warmer. So what we did is we went to what's called they're called mini splits, but they're used all over Europe, and they're like 95% efficient. And so each office could, one office could have the air conditioning going, the next office could have the heater going, and just very energy efficient units. We insulated the whole building with spray foam, the soybean-based spray foam. So
right.
Very energy efficient. We'll be doing some other things with the rest of the building, but the current offices, the current phase that we're in, we try to do it as energy efficient as possible. It's with our product, we're reducing the footprint for mining on agriculture, and so if we can improve, our energy use in our offices, it's even better.
Absolutely. Well, Craig, thanks for taking a couple of minutes and spending some time with us. I know that we had pushed this story out in several news services, as well as one of our blogs called Rural Lifestyle. Highway 6, Your Road to the Country, which is about rural life radio. And quite a few comments on the Twitter sphere about how celebrating this kind of an action is really important for rural America, and including, obviously, rural Iowa. Congratulations on the new expansion. We look forward to hearing more.
Yeah, thanks, Michael.
All right, you take care, Craig. Craig Dick, ladies and gentlemen, he is the Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Calcium Products Incorporated, a firm headquartered in Gilmore City, population 504 people. That's called betting on rural Iowa. All right, let's switch gears, come back to the Metro for just a second. One of the things that we like to see are really great utilizations of graphics in whatever kind of a process that you got going on. The Des Moines Cycle Club is an organization based, obviously, in Des Moines. I think it has 400 or 500 members. And I'm closely associated with a person who happens to be the president of the Des Moines Cycle Club. That happens to be my bride, so I don't get very far outside of these conversations. But I want to show you an image of their brand new jerseys, and they're selling these to people who utilize jerseys for bike riding and for RAGBRAI and all these other kinds of things. And we thought it was just a dye. Now we take absolutely no credit for the design. That was all done by a group called Primal, and they did a super job. I think there was only one change or one rendition. I have to put this back up on my wife's shoulders. She was the person that came up with the original thought process for the design. See, it runs in the family. And then I want you to notice something else about the jersey that we're going to point out in this image. So, Ryan, so here's the, I think this is the guy's jersey. I'm not sure, maybe the female jersey, but they're very much alike except for sizes. So you've got the front and the back. Now, the back is on, which would be your, I don't know if you're looking at this, it would be on your right-hand side. You see, we love the colors, nice light color up on top, because obviously if you're in the sunshine, you don't want a dark color. But we've got the Des Moines bridge idea there, which I thought was absolutely super. The logo for the Des Moines Cycle Club really bounces off of that. The colors white, blue, and orange, are very visible, which is another nice thing. But take a look at the back. I think that's a little pocket that sits there. You're going to see the Des Moines Cycle Club's URL spelled out, but then a QR code there. Now, how cool is this? That QR code not only appears on their brand new jerseys, but it appears on their membership tokens and membership cards, which I think are, if you go into a bike store or some participating dealer, you get like 10% off of whatever your purchase is if you're a member of the Des Moines Cycle Club. But that then directs the person to their website. We think this is just really a way cool thing. I mean, you're standing in line at RAGBRAI in one of those endless lines for the porta potty or whatever it happens to be, and somebody behind you's got a smartphone. They say, Des Moines Cycle Club, wonder what that's all about. Bam. they hit that and they can go directly to the website and learn more about it. It's a great recruitment tool, and I think also a superior way to be looking sharp if you're out on the bike. Had to do that for you, kids. All right, there you go. We are coming back in just a moment. We're going to visit with a couple of guys from the 515 Brewing Company. I'm really interested to learn the backstory of this. I've been somewhat involved peripherally through one of our folks at Inside Advertising, but I want to find out more about the backstory here. Why in the world would they want to start a brew pub? For those of you who are into this craft beer thing, and it's springing up all over the country, this might give you some insight in what you're planning to do. I know I've got a friend down in Missouri that was saying, boy, my real dream is to open up a craft brewery here in Missouri. You ever thought of that? There you go, kids. We're going to be talking craft brew with the guys from 515 Brewing Company when we come back. This is Insight on Business, powered by Webcast One Live.